All right, well, here is another one. Why Wednesday? And I am here with the magnificent Mia of Flores Financial. Mia, thank you as always for being available.
Of course, thank you.
So we had discussed the why around this series, and the why is really to empower and engage
Mhm.
employees. And then we talked about a pretty heavy topic in our last conversation around workplace violence, and it's really to create a culture of respect where
Mhm.
everyone feels valued and safe. And
Okay.
so now we're going to be discussing sick leave.
Yes.
But to me, this is one of the things that I think from an employee standpoint, I will totally admit that I have brushed over this. And so I think it's so helpful to discuss the why around sick leave. And I want to open up to you. Why is it important for
Mhm.
organizations to have really that clear and supportive sick leave policy?
Yes, I mean, understanding the processes, one and foremost, in California, we have a different sick leave policy. It may not apply, just to take note, that it's not going to apply in other states. You know, they have their specific state policies when it comes to sick leave. So just take note of that. And I'm going to put that disclaimer on, if you will. It's like, I'm not your legal advisor. So by all means, seek legal counsel if you would like to know further or if there's any hesitation. But of course, we're welcome to kind of like guide you so that you can know more. So going back to Raison's question, well, why is it important for organizations or businesses to have a clear and supportive sick leave policy? The reason being because isn't it just nice to have?
Amazing.
Right? I mean,
Done.
because
Podcast
it's like, yeah,
done.
I guess, right? But how big, why? But it's a game changer, I guess, too, right? But it depends on whether it's being utilized properly, or is it being abused. Especially in industries like food service and retail, where employers or employees rather are constantly interacting with the public. It's definitely kind of like nice to have, but at the same time, when is there a level of abuse, or when is there a level of like knowing when to take it as well? Right. So when your team knows they can take a time off and they're aware why do we have the sick policies, when can we use it, and why should we use it? They're aware of it and they know that they have to they know what proper protocols, how to properly request for sick leave, right? To recover without fear. You want your employees to basically recover without fear of losing their job or being penalized. They're more likely to return to work healthy, basically, and ready to give their best. This isn't just good for your employees, but it's essential for maintaining a healthy, productive workplace at the end of the day. So that's what our idea here, and that what the why an organization should have it. I'm sure no one would want to kind of like have an organization with a bunch of, like sick employees, right? Because production goes down, productivity goes down, and it's like you have to push yourself in more to kind of like really work yourself. So definitely knowing the whys on sick leave policies, knowing the whys to when to take them, knowing the whys of how to take them, how to request for them, and why it's needed is definitely vital for a business to know, and definitely vital for employees to know. In this way, there's no abuse, right? Because if you just give them a policy and if you just give them the law, and there's a tendency that there's more people can abuse the policy or the law. But giving them the wise to it will definitely allow them to respect the policy and what lies behind it too.
Now I like this idea of conveying to team members that are empowered and engaged. I'm
Hmm.
just gonna, it's a callback right there.
Yeah.
So when they should take it, where they should
Yes.
take it, why they should take it.
Mhm.
And then this idea of being able to recover without fear of losing their jobs. I am interested to know
Mhm.
um, around a why for sick leave policy. Could you give me an example with regard to that of recovering without fear, the when, the where, and the why when it comes to sick leave, particularly here in California?
You know, it stems from recovering without fears because they do not know the why that of taking the sick leave. The policies when they need to call out. For example, there's policies in place that businesses need to and employees need to adhere to and need to be aware. They need to know the why we have the policies. With those sick leave policies come attendance and punctuality policies that all employees should adhere to, because these are like something that is put into place. And why? Because you don't want to abuse it. What happens is if you don't follow the proper procedure of calling out at a specific time frame as per your policy, who suffers? Your teammates suffer because they have to pick up work. It starts from you as well. At the end of the day, when you start fearing losing your job, it means that something was not done accurately, right? And that's where the fear lies. But if you don't have fear and you know that you're following the proper procedures and why, and you basically know the whys from the very beginning, your teammates know that you're going to be away. Your employers basically know I'm properly prepared. You gave me ample amount of notice. You followed the policy 5 years or more. You kind of like let me know if you're not able to make it because you don't feel well. This will give me enough time to kind of like seek another employee to kind of like take over and things of that nature. Now, the fear lies in not following those proper procedures because you don't know the why regarding it, right? It's the fear of losing the job is fear of violating company policies, not really the fear of taking sick leave. It's okay. At the end of the day, we cannot reprimand an employee for calling out because they don't feel well. We'd rather you call out, you'd rather you stay at home, get better. That's a culture too, right? That's a culture piece as well. We'd rather you call out, but follow the company procedures, follow the company policies in regards to calling out. And why is that? So that your employees are not having to take on a bunch of workload or feel burnt out, right? So that's at the end of the day, and then business thrives, like and the operation keeps thriving. If you're in a restaurant industry, guests are still being served, right? At the end of the day, it's all on the why. And why you fear, it's like it's up to you if you follow the policies or not. So
So helpful too, because it was right in front of me, but I didn't consider the reality of explaining the why around policy for sick leave and then tying that into the interconnectedness that each team member has with one another. And if each team member is empowered and engaged, then they will understand it. Hopefully it's a tool for them to help understand, okay, yeah, the actions that I have, the reason why we have these policies set in place for sick leave is because it affects not just myself, but those around me.
exactly, yeah. And I don't want anyone to feel like no employee should fear losing their job because of wanting to take sick leave. And the reason to do away with that and that kind of thinking is letting them know the whys of sick leave, right? At the end of the day, it's like you need to be able, that's why we have sick leave in place, so that you can ensure that you take it properly. You ensure that you value your teammates, you value the company, you care for the company, like it goes both ways. So, and if and all of that is followed, I'm sure you shouldn't be fearing losing your job. So,
That is a great way to put a bow, wrap a bow around the why on sick leave. Thank you so much, Mia. I really
of course,
appreciate you being available.
of course. Thank you so much.
Take care.
Take care. Bye bye.